All right, so I'm here with Preston Kong here, and Preston. So what year are you?
I'm a freshman and
Eh,
I'm computer science major.
Wow, that's pretty cool. So as a computer science, what is it? What is your main focus at Stony Brook? Is it programming?
Yeah, so there's computer engineering and with engineering in general, and then there's computer science. Computer science mostly focuses on the software aspect,
Right.
which is basically programming different types of code
Mm-hmm.
where you basically can pretty much do anything.
Oh, all right.
If you want
So,
to, like, I guess, make magic happen, essentially, in the real world, that's kind of computer programming in a
all right.
nutshell.
So why don't you tell me about some of these things that you guys do and that we actually take for granted, and like we think it's really not anything because, but you guys actually know how difficult or like what process you actually have to go through to actually make these things possible, because it certainly is a difficult process.
Mhm.
So like just tell me about how technology has truly advanced through this programming.
Mhm. Um,
You could touch any aspect that you choose.
right. One thing I find kind of amazing is how people kind of use computers for their everyday life and they really don't understand how it works. Take something as simple as iTunes, just the functionality of installing something, downloading an album of, like, let's say 15 songs. That in itself is actually a pretty complicated program because, well, just looking at the aspects of the album. So essentially, what you're going to treat the album as, you're going to treat it as a collection of songs. Each one of these songs is another object. An object is simply something in code that has and contains information. So for a song, it'll contain information like the song name. It'll contain information like the song length, the um, music artist, and things like that. So within this collection of songs, you have an album, right? And then let's say you want to go through the album, but you don't want to go through a specific order. You want to go through a random order. That takes another set of maybe probably somewhere around like 20 lines of code, where it's truly random and you're getting a different song that essentially you're repeating through the whole album to get one song played at least once before you start again. And things like that, people really don't understand the basis of it, and yet they use iTunes essentially almost every day. They listen to nearly like 200 songs per day. It's pretty amazing.
Wow, that really is amazing. And there are tons. I'm pretty sure there are tons of a lot of other things that people take for granted, especially through their electronic devices, that you guys actually understand, like the process of actually making. And you guys are still doing that nowadays, and you guys are definitely making technology advance even more.
Yes.
And do you think there's any boundary or limits to what technology can do in the future?
Um, if you're talking in terms of physics, obviously there has to be a limit of how small you can go, and there's also a limit of how fast you can make things go. However, I think that limit will not be reached in the near future. So, for example, one of the things that technology is being applied into is medicine. One of the hot topics is basically whether there can be nanoparticles and you can make essentially nano robots to go into, let's say, your blood vessel and to treat cancer at a specific area. The programming for that is ridiculous in terms of how you need to be able to control those nanorobots. Then on top of that, there's also the matter of increasing technology so we can have each robot act as a single entity and yet within a large group. It's pretty complicated and it's something that's still being worked on today. But I think that'll probably occur in maybe next 20 to 25 years.
All right. That was definitely a pretty cool conversation. And so I'll thank you for participating in this project of mine.
No problem. Thank you.